All right, thank you for staying with Daybreak. This is State of the Nation, where we discuss matters, politics and everything in between there. We'll talk about four main topics. The fuel prices have increased by about 20 shillings on average. The president says that the fuel subsidies were unsustainable. Ruto swearing in of the 6 judges rejected by his predecessor, President Uhuru Kenyatta. We'll also talk about the removal of the 4 IBC commissioners. There's a petition being tabled in Parliament. It's been received. We'll find out from the members of Parliament whether that is a consideration they should make. And reverting of the port services to Mombasa. We'd like to hear your views on all this. At Trevor Mbija at Citizen TV Kenya, use the hashtag Daybreak. Honorable Samson Cherargei is here with us, Nandi Senator. Thank you so much for making time. Honorable Jared Okello is also here, Member of Parliament for Nyando. Asante sana for making time.
Thank you.
And Honorable John Kagushia, Member of Parliament from Kurueni. Thank you so much for making time. Let's start off with the Daily Nation and as well as the Standard, but Daily Nation front page, 6 promoted judges take oath of office. And Jared, I'll start with you on this. 3 days for President Ruto in office. A few moves have been done so far. Are you impressed with what he has done in the last just 3 days? Executive orders and the move the president is making.
Well, thank you very much, Trevor, for the opportunity. And allow me, because I haven't met my good friends here since their re-election and election, congratulate them. It is not a mean feat to get into the offices that they currently occupy. It has a lot of intrigues, but we thank God that we have been given one more chance to serve the people of Kenya. Yeah. And specifically thank the people of Nyando constituency for expressing high degree of confidence in my capability to be re-elected into this office. Day 3 of President Ruto's office, it's even becoming very difficult to accord him that title, president. But I think with time we will get used to it. You were very specific on the question regarding appointment of judges, an issue that has taken 3 years since the Judicial Service Commission transmitted their names to President as in line with the Constitution. Now, the President was reluctant to give these gentlemen and a lady the jobs that they applied for, were interviewed, and were recommended by the Judicial Service Commission. Suffice to say that the drafters of our Constitution were quite specific, that the Judicial Service Commission does not have absolute authority of appointment of judges. The matter still has to go to the President. Now, the President of the Republic of Kenya has access and enjoys unfettered information from various departments within government, such as the National Intelligence Service. Any senior position, before you are given the appointment letter, there must be a report from the National Intelligence Service. Because, again, they have to carry background information and check on a candidate. Otherwise, you'd end up with crooks in that office. And that is why the Constitution has put several checking points, including Parliament, for any public officer to occupy that office. It was said then that the President was privy to a lot of information regarding the conduct of some of these judges. Yeah. Information that was not given to us in public, because again, the President has the prerogative to give any information he deems necessary to the public or hold it to himself, yeah, being the Commander-in-Chief of the Defense Forces. So the President did not divulge any further information apart from saying that these people are tainted and they have questions around their conduct. Yeah. And the current President, William Ruto, never expressed any displeasure with the decision of the President then. But there is a trajectory coming into shape that anything around President Uhuru Kenyatta is so wrong that they have to be rectified, even if it means putting Kenyans into great jeopardy, like what we will discuss around oil prices a little later. So what President Ruto ought to have asked is to be given the information that prevented the former president from gazetting these officials as judges.
Yeah.
If there were questions around their conduct, and we know some of them were actually taken to a court of law for certain financial probity questions. These are things that Kenyans needed to have known.
Okay.
But just because it is President Uhuru Kenyatta who declined the appointments, then Ruto comes in, even without getting an additional information on the conduct of these judges. They are now judges of the Court of Appeal. We are not saying that probably what the president knew then could have warranted such a drastic action as to deny them the positions. But I think Kenyans needed to have known why the refusal.
Okay. Cherargei, is that your reading as well? Because he singled out these 6 out of the 40. Only these 6 were not sworn in.
Thank you very much, Trevor, and good morning, viewers. I think it is good to be back to the state of the nation. Although you didn't give us, when we were winding up before the general elections, you didn't give us the final submissions. But it's good to be back. From the onset, as my brother said, I want to congratulate my brother, Speaker Kagusha, for being elected member of Makueni, and my neighbor and brother, Mheshimiwa Jared, for being re-elected. I know it's not easy, especially with ODM. And also myself to congratulate our President, Dr. William Ruto, for winning this election decisively, and his deputy, Rigathi Gachagua. I've seen the young people have christened him Rigiji. And also to thank the people of Nandi for giving me and renewing my mandate to serve them again as their senator in the Senate Republic of Kenya. And more specifically, profoundly, to thank Kenyans for conducting a peaceful elections during, after, even when it went to Supreme Court. And I can tell you, Trevor, when you were in Kasarani, you felt like this was 1963. The excitement, the hope, the dreams, the visions that Kenyans had about William Ruto as president has come to fruition. And I'm happy and praying that, and I want to call upon my brother, wishing your president to fail is also wishing your country to fail. I think the best we can do is to pray for our government, support where necessary, construct responsibly so that we can move this nation ahead. And there are many challenges that I think if we come together as a nation, we can move this country ahead. 2 quick things. It happened that when interviews of these judges, among 4 of them I was the Senate Justice Legal Affairs. And I remember one of my committee members, Senator Mutula Kilonzo Jr., who is the current governor of Makueni, even came with a statement on the floor of the House. My predecessor picked, the report came back to the Senate floor. It confirmed that the president must appoint the remaining judges. It went to court. The courts agreed that they must be appointed. The reason that Uhuru gave, the former president gave, did not hold water because, you know, and I think it is important that Kenyans know this. At the Judicial Service Commission, there is a representative of the president, and that person is called the Attorney General. So when interviews were being done, if there was anything that came from National Intelligence Service, NSIS, then, or NISA as they call it nowadays, then it should have been done at Judicial Service Commission when the interviews were being done, because there is a representative of the AG. Many people have argued that the president was not aware, he just pumped into the names that were being submitted. You remember David Maraga brought that issue even before public. Justice, the current president of the Supreme Court, Martha Koome, insisted that they must be appointed. So from where I sit, I think there was an affront and violation of the law by the former president by declining to appoint the judges. And number 2, there is also, I have heard my brother Jared saying that the President William Ruto did not when these things were happening, did not express his position. I remember Joe Keyo of Citizen TV then interviewed him at his current residence. And he said one of his first businesses when he becomes the president was to appoint these judges, and that is what he has done. So I would request my brother, out of the busy schedule of serving the great people of Nyando, and find time to go to YouTube, Google that interview, and be able to get the position of the president, William Ruto, then when he was running for presidency. And finally, if you want to know freedom is here, my learned senior, my colleague in the Senate, and the current Siaya governor, who is a ODM luminary and Azimio luminary, yesterday said it was wrong for the president not to have appointed. These are Azimio leaders, they sit together with Jared. The governor of Makueni, Senator Governor Mutula Kilonzo Jr., has also agreed that it was wrong for Uhuru and it violated the law. So let that matter be, let it rest here. But those are things that my brother should note, that if it is wrong by law, it is wrong.
Okay.
Yeah, so I wish to congratulate the judges and wish them well. What I can call upon is to ensure that justice is dispensed to all. And what the president said yesterday, William Ruto, that this country shall be governed by the rule of law. He will allow the independence of judiciary. And I think that is what is very important. He will allow the independence of judiciary and to dispense and do their job.
Yeah. Kagusha, is this the right move?
Yeah, well, I also want to start by congratulating my colleagues. I have been here severally before, since I was elected. And so I have given my gratitude and regards to the Mukurweini people. I don't get tired of telling them once again, thank you very much for this election. And seems also we have a lot of people to congratulate today. As I congratulate the President. He also congratulating His Excellency the President, William Samoei Ruto, and Rigathi Gachagua, His Excellency. And as well, we congratulate these judges who have been sworn in after waiting for 3 years. The President, William Samoei Ruto, is right in what he has done by appointing these judges. We have the 4 of them who are going to the Court of Appeal, and we have 2 of them, one lady and one gentleman, who are going to the Environmental Court. And what is clear is that the retired President, Uhuru Kenyatta, in refusal to appoint these 6 judges, did not give any reasons whatsoever. And I like what my honorable member here from Nyando says, that Kenyans ought to have known. They ought to have been given the reasons why this was not done. But this was not done. I mean, the president did not give us the reasons why he did not appoint these judges. And I think I would be right to say that the president acted in an opaque manner. Because why do you restrain yourself from appointing judges and then you do not let Kenyans know why? And remember, it is not right to say that His Excellency, the Deputy President, did not have intelligence reports, as these intelligence reports are also shared with his office whenever they are shared with the President as his deputy. And so he has access. And even if he was not given the opportunity to access some of these confidential and intelligence reports, then when he was elected, I mean, when he was sworn in and he accessed State House, he had this opportunity now to have these reports. And I suppose he asked for these reports associated with the refusal to appoint these judges. And clearly, he could see there was nothing. It was vendetta and it was political. And there were other intervening reasons why these judges were not appointed, other than for the benefit of the people of Kenya. And so we are happy that the president has kept his promise. Yep. He did promise many times that he's going to appoint these judges when he's elected. I mean, when he's elected as president. And it's also important to note that we as a country have had a very big number of cases that are in court that need to be looked at the Court of Appeal, even at the lower courts, High Court and other lower courts. And we need human resource and capacity to deal with these cases. Now, with this appointment, it has
automatically bolstered our numbers in the Court of Appeal and also in the Environment Court, which now has gotten a good number of judges. And so I want to congratulate the President for doing this. He has now helped our judicial system now to run more efficiently and faster. Okay. He's going to help most of these commercial cases and even the corruption cases, as he pointed out yesterday. They are going to run more faster. They are going to be decided faster. And lastly, it's important to note that also the President did not have any power to refuse to appoint judges who had been appointed or nominated or forwarded to him by the JSC. I mean, and Honorable Cherargei has said clearly that these reports that have come out of Senate and the National Assembly clearly indicate that once the JSC has appointed or has nominated the interviewees who succeed in the interviews, then the president's work and role is only to go and append his signature and appoint them and have them sworn in. Okay. And that is exactly now what happened. So now we are in line with the law.
All right. Let's move to the next topic where it's fuel prices now. And Jared, you wanted to talk about this earlier on. The president says the intervention that was put in